ladies and gentlemen, welcome to bigmark773's live stream commentation. Now, me personally, when I do these things, mostly it's video games, but sometimes it's me going on a tangent about what I think the world should be like. Now, that's just my opinion. That makes it my opinion, not a fact. But anyway, today's commentary tonight is about video games and not about politics. Because one thing about politics, people are not going to agree. But one thing I've learned, right? Certain things work and certain things don't work, right? Before I even get into my video game talking tonight, conservative politics or fake conservative politics, right? Now, we've had this thing going in America for a while with the Ronald Reagan Revolution. I was a kid when he became president. I had this conversation once before about Richard Nixon, and even though Richard Nixon was the biggest racist in the world, he believed everybody should have a place to live, and food to eat, and a job. Honestly, I think that was the right idea to have on a general basis. That's because the internet back. You have to reboot it sometime. What you downloaded?
Something that I could watch on TV, but I don't watch TV, so Marvel's Runaway.
Okay. Alright. So, back to what I was saying before I got really interrupted. Tonight's commentary is about the difference between a politician who is a corporatist and a politician that's just strictly conservative or liberal. Okay? Now, I know a lot of black people love Barack Obama. Personally, I don't know why. Personally, I don't know why. Because in my opinion, he wasn't very much of a good politician on behalf of black people or other peoples of color. Now, I will say one thing, he did a lot for the homosexual community. If you want to be honest, he pushed an agenda that was pro-homosexual. Once again, I should say LGBTQ community. I have nothing against them, but I'm saying, and it's fine that he was pro-gay marriage and stuff like that. It's wonderful. But you know what? What's going on to those of us of a darker pigmentation right now? Blacks, Hispanics, people of Arabic or Muslim followings or whatever. Things are getting kind of shitty for us right now in this country. But that's here nor there. See, motherfuckers who say, oh, well, I don't feel it. I go to work, don't nobody bother me. That's because ain't nobody bothering you where you live at. There are people in other places where they go through a lot of stuff. So, it just depends on where you are. Now, when we move forward in this idea, what I was talking about, a corporate politician or a politician that's truly conservative or truly liberal. Now, the corporate dollar has destroyed the two-party system. It's destroyed it. Corporations have way too much power now on a global scale. You talk about the banks and other financial institutions. Man, there's corporations now that got more money than governments. And some of them have standing military contractors as side armies. This is bullcrap. This don't really exist. Yes, it does really exist. It really exists. There are military groups in this country. You don't have the War Machine DLC pack installed. Your party member, non-domain require content. Purchase. Yeah, fuck that. Not doing it. Not gonna do it. Not purchasing nothing. Anyway, back to the subject at hand, though. What I'm saying is that if we, as citizens of a country, understand something, people can eventually bend the wheel of a country, no matter how belligerent or bad a government can be. If enough people stand up to it, eventually it'll fall. Corporations are not bound by what people want. They're bound by profit. And people in the world are going to find this out the hard way. Divide and conquer. They are telling you that this group of people is causing this group of problems. Truth of the matter is, it's more likely that the problems that you're seeing and that we will be seeing in the future is going to be caused by these corporations and what they want to do. And some people, a lot of people actually, don't want to think about what the consequences of this sort of thing will be. I'm being honest. Yep. So we're looking at a total wipeout of personal civil liberties, and there's not going to be a recourse because corporations don't really care what people want. It's about profit. You know, you're going to get that dollar and cents thing. See, us black folk in this country that we live in have been living under a true capitalist system for a long time. And people think, oh, you got social work. No, that's just to keep a few people alive. That's all that's for. That's all it's ever been for. Keep a few people alive. You know? Just being honest with you. Ooh, God. So they gotta be about right there. Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah, it's a strange situation. Being honest with you, boys and girls. Strange situation. But you gotta realize that, you know, when it comes to this, I think I got half the team. So, you know, you gotta realize that in the future, if corporations become more permanent of power in a country than the country itself, that's going to cause a problem. Now, we all have to have jobs. Let me not let me not even front and say, oh, no, yeah, we're gonna have to do something. But I don't think everybody should work. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think honestly another problem of society, I know a lot of people gonna say, oh, I'm a fraud or whatever, and I'm anti-woman. I'm not. I think honestly there's not enough moms in the home anymore. You want to talk about the falling apart of the family situation? This is a big part of it. Not enough moms are not in the home anymore. Being honest, and that got to change. This is, I say it all the time, this is bad. You know, some people like, oh no, it's fine, you know, ain't no mamas in the house and it's cool. It's not. It's not. It's truly not. It's not good. Another thing we have is the lack of true education. I remember I covered this earlier where I said that, you know, there's going to be some learning because technology the way it is today is that kids get tablets and stuff. You got to know how to read and spell and shit. That's natural. But can't everybody do everything in schools? I think kids are good at certain things, should focus on those certain things. And I'm not talking about athletics. Athletics will be there. But if certain kids are good at engineering, art, just certain parts of different sciences or whatnot, I'm not even speaking on everything like that, then they should focus on that. Instead of trying to make them a acquired taste over a lot of subjects, give them a certain subject. Let's not be what they call black folks monolithic. Let education no longer be monolithic. Let us have different ways of educating children. Also, I think we have to really think about what is it going to take to try to fix the education system. It is not an easy thing, Sterling. The Sterling. What the fuck is the Sterling? Hold on. Look this up in my divisions, weapons. Hit that. Ah, that's the Sterling. Okay, we could do that. Hip fire. Okay. Let's go back over. So how many hip fires we need? Whoa! Huh, well, I'll get them back, most of them anyway. Okay, let's go find the match. Yeah, so like I was saying, that, you know, we gotta, honestly, I don't know what it's gonna take. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest with you people, I don't know what it's gonna take. It's gonna be hard to do this, but it has to be done. It has to be done. We have to concentrate on making the education better. We have to rebuild the family unit. We have to promote marriage, no matter if it's a man and a woman, a man and man, a woman and woman. We have to promote healthy families. One parent in the home is not a healthy family. I'm sorry. I know people, so was I, but it's still not a healthy family. It's really not. And, you know, I think me and my brother would have benefited from a better male influence instead of us telling us to constantly go get different pussy. You know, we got a lot of that from a lot of male relatives. Go fuck this bitch. Go fuck that bitch. That's not healthy for a young man. They're just being honest. So yeah, I think, honestly, let's skip it first. Yeah, so yeah, it's just that, you know, how people see things. You know how people see things and shit. And we gotta, I'm being honest, we gotta move past this. It got blew up. Oh, yeah, that's the rub, baby. Oh my God, this dude with the shotgun, man. Oh well. Man, I can't see anything. It's just nothing green. Uh-oh. There we go. Boo-boo. Sorry. Red out of bullets. Yeah. So that's my commentary tonight about politics, is that these politicians today are loyal to corporations and not to the people that, you know, we said that this idea that we vote for people to do things for us. As a community, this is all Americans. Can you truly name what the last few presidents actually brought to the table for the current or regular American of any color, of any sexual orientation, that was actually positive? Nothing. They did a lot to cut taxes for rich people. Well, everybody does that now. Rich people don't give a fuck about the poor. That ain't true. But you don't supposed to give them all the money neither. I'm warning you, there's going to come a crunch. A crunch is going to come. And when it comes, a lot of people going to die. A lot of people. And it's going to be bad. So now, let's talk about video games and awful politics. Because, you know, politics gets me upset because people don't care about it because they don't think it matters. And truthfully, to a certain extent, they fucking don't. Let's talk about video games now. Okay, today, because I haven't done this in a couple of talks I've had with people on my live streams here about the Xbox community. I say this is the community of hopes and dreams. I hope they're making a Rise 2. Nigga, you didn't buy Rise 1. I hope there's a Sunset Overdrive 2. Nigga, you didn't buy Sunset Overdrive 1. Sunset Overdrive, sorry. Why are you pushing so hard to get these games? I'm sitting here I'm racking my brain. I'm serious when I say I'm racking my brain, not understanding what is the big hubbub about Sunset Overdrive and Rise. You're hyping up Rise now because you think it's going to be better than God of War. No. Cory Barlog is a motherfucking genius. You're not going to get that unless you get a genius guy to do the game. And unfortunately, look at this. See, that's what I'm saying. There's one thing I don't like sometimes about playing with niggas I don't know, because how you not gonna, y'all all try to go get the middle one. This shit's crazy. It's crazy. They just so hung up on one. Oh my God. See how it is. Man, they be hard up on one. hard up on one spot. No good and well you need more than one to win. That nigga was completely invisible. Oh shit, they behind us. Oh God. Okay, we good. So yeah, as far as the Xbox community go, I really hope, I'm being honest just for their sake and their mental being, I kind of hope Microsoft actually has a good E3 conference. I mean, in all honesty, I don't hate them, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate nobody. I try not to anyway. But just the BS they say, it's like retarded. It's like, I'm being honest when I say this too. It's like Kid Smooth don't took over your damn community. And all you niggas Kid Smooth now? Really? What's really good? I mean, being honest when I say that too. What's really good? Being honest, when I say that, people are like, oh, you just bullshitting and just talking bad against Microsoft. Nigga, Microsoft don't care about you, and Sony sure the shit don't care about me. You talk like you know these people. All this corporate slaving ain't gonna do nothing. All this damn corporate slave, this shit is retarded. Uh-oh. It's crazy. Woo, that nigga got the flamethrower. Bring that noise, baby. Bring it. Oh shit. Get the fuck out of here. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm aiming, bro. I'm not even aiming most of the time. I'm just trying to get these shit. Ah. Nigga, what are you doing? These long bore wipers, boy. You heard that bitch go, psh. That's when you get shot in the face. When that shit happened, you don't got shot in the face. Oh God. Almost there. I got a hip fire on a headshot. What the fuck? How the fuck that happened? Fuck, the whole gun moved around. Five more. That's almost over. Woo! Hip fire like a motherfucker. Yeah, no goodbye stunt. I ain't see it until it was too late. What? Anyway. I wasn't close enough. Victory. So yeah, back to the Xbox community. I'm just saying that I don't understand why they are putting so much faith in Microsoft. I don't see. The deal is, when I talk about the video game thing, it kind of broke us back to my politic thing. You know, I really want Bernie Sanders to be the next president because I do believe he will do some things to really help the American people. But will he not be corrupted and pulled down by the political party we call the Democrats, who are, a lot of them are corporate Democrats? Well, this is too liberal. But I've seen conservatives do things that have been crazy, and nobody has ever said anything. Being honest, I mean just crazy stuff. Real talk, crazy stuff. So back over to my political points of view. I think honestly we should really consider a more balance to the political party situation. It gotta change the way things are going on right now. They're giving away some good shit somewhat. Let's see what this is. Duplicates the galore. Duplicates. Mostly duplicates. I don't know what gun that was they gave me. It looked like one of the light machine guns I already got. But who knows? So, back over to just the general thought of the things that's going on right now in the gaming community. It's like a microcosm to the whole country, though, sometimes. So, but this thing with the Xbox community is like a sycophant thing they got going on. They have attached their hopes and dreams to Phil Spencer, right? What's the number one thing the Xbox people care about? Beating Sony. This is not even about games. Choices are good. Choices are good? Really? Now, I remember not long ago when they said they didn't want to play that Jap crap. Right? I don't want to play that Japanese crap. That made no real AAA games. All of a sudden, Japanese games are real AAA games all of a sudden. Really? Things have changed. You know, things have really changed. That's the way you feel. You know, I think it's kind of interesting actually that they changed like that overnight almost. Well, now they want to play the games that PlayStation people playing. It's not like they never really wanted to. They just didn't feel like. I got to shout out to Craig Harris. Craig Harris was the right nigga on this one. They just felt like they didn't have to buy the PlayStation to play them good games. I don't know why they even thought that Microsoft would even give them good games like The Last of Us, stuff like that. Anyway, Microsoft has never done that. It's like the Mummy thing with them, for real, for real. You want to, I'm gonna crate this, what's going on right here, in my opinion. The thing with the movies. I'm finna go, and I know some of you gonna like, what do you mean? Check it. I will watch a movie from the 70s, and I will see things in those movies from the 70s they don't even show on movies today. There's a movie where Brooke Shields was a little girl in called Pretty Little Baby. And she was a child prostitute. Real talk, you don't see shit in movies like that. I've seen movies from the 70s where they use the word nigga. This nigga! I'm like, what? I watched Foxy Brown. It was like, that black bitch. I'm like, what? They use the racial slurs against white people and black people. I'm like, yo, these niggas ain't playing. Yo, I'm for real. You will see and hear things from those movies that you don't see and hear in movies today, right? This, I mean, what they said, I think the movie, I'm trying to think of it, called Deep Throat, was at the cinema. You know, it wasn't at just in some porn area. It was at the cinema. Literally, people went there to see the movie in all its glory at the movie theater, right? Let's go to video games, right? Okay. Nintendo, technically, in my opinion, is like the 1920s and 30s in the movies. It's very clean. There's really no blood. There's really no violence. There's really like a very child-friendly thing. That's why I say Nintendo niggas are really kids at heart, because they still like kid shit. Okay. I equate the Xbox community to how movies are today. Right? It's cartoony, but it's kind of like Nintendo shit, right? And I equate Sony's games to the 80s and 70s and the late 60s. If you want to put it in listen to me, people. You don't believe me? Pull up a movie called Black Mama, White Mama with Pam Grier and they show Foxy Brown's coochie full board. Like, you see everything. There's women master. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was some fine ass chicks. Every chick in that them Filipino girls in that movie. I showed it to my girlfriend Jennifer. There was some fine ass Filipino chicks. Pam Grier was fine. The white girl was fine. There was some beautiful ass women. I mean, like, even the two guard chicks, even the one that was lesbian was fine. I'm just like, yo, that's a badass chick. I ain't even gonna lie, bruh. It was bad chicks, bruh. I mean, they looked good. I mean, they put a lot of up-to-date chicks. You know how these chicks think they look good today? Man, bruh. You see Pam Grier in 1972 in Black Mama, White Mama with her fine afro and that her color. Let me tell you something about her color. Her color was a color that was just unique, bruh. Unique. Hold on, I gotta leave this game. I gotta talk about this. Before I go back to my video games. So, I went down a litany of movies I've watched, and I'm gonna give you some examples. I watched this thing it's a vampire movie, right? And there are kid vampires in it. And this little girl went to go look for her dad. This movie's from 1970. I'm like, the stuff that they had in this movie, you won't see in movies today. That was clearly a sexual attraction between a 10 or 12-year-old girl and a priest, which was nasty and creepy as it was, but it fit with the story, with the horror part, with this vampire lady turning little kids into bloodsuckers, right? They're kind of trapped in this pocket place where they're not really in our reality, but kind of, right? So we moved from that movie. I watched the movie Shaft. I watched the movie Superfly. I watched the movie The Mac. But I'm going to tell you some other things. I went back and watched Solid Green with Charlton Heston. I watched Omega Man with Charlton Heston. I watched Logan's Run. I've watched a lot of different movies from that area. Like, they had these post-apocalyptic movies, kind of in the vein there, but it's like before Mad Max was Mad Max. And the subject matter they covered in those movies was some deep shit. Real talk. Let me give you an example, right? So, let's say if you're trying to compare game lineups, right? Again, I will say Nintendo is the 20s and 30s, which is very tame and very cartoonish. Microsoft is the 90s, the late 90s through the 2000s. Whereas basically it's the same. They're getting to the point. Like, look, you watch Avengers, right? Okay, Avengers, what's the name of it? I'm trying to think. Avengers Infinity War, right? Dude caught a hammer in the chest. Gamora stabbed this nigga. For those who didn't see it, fuck you, you should have watched it. There's no blood. There's no blood. I watched a vampire movie that came out recently, and these people getting bit in the neck and they ain't bleeding. I'm like, what is going on? Where's the gore? It's like they don't went back. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm finna throw it out there to you right now. There's gonna come some directors and some movie studios that are struggling are gonna throw out a great movie with a lot of gore in it and a lot of sex in it and a lot of nudity. It's gonna be the #1 movie in America. People gonna bitch and moan and complain, and all these studios are gonna follow suit. Cause this kid-friendly shit don't work. Now, we're in the video game era, right? Recently, the cover story on Game Informer has been God of War. Was it Detroit? No, it was God of War. Then it was Spider-Man, and now it's Days Gone. 3 mature games. Sony is set in the 1960s, 70s, and the early 80s, how movies was. Blood, guts, and gore everywhere, and people are loving it. You know why people are loving it so much? We can't get this no more in the cinema. You watch a movie now, a nigga get his arm cut off, where's the blood? A person gets run through with a sword, where's the blood? They got red on their face, but there's no bones or nothing left. I'll be honest. I watched this show called Vikings. And I watched this show called The Walking Dead. There's a lot of gore in those shows. And those shows are very, very popular because they have adult subject matter. You're looking at the video game industry where most video gamers are in their 30s and 20s, not their teens and tweens. Kids in their teens and tweens are on their phone. They're on their tablet. They don't play the games we play. Now, sure, there's a contingent of very young people playing Call of Duty, but that's something different. That's not the same thing. So, I was watching this thing quite recently. Yeah. I'm doing my little commentary. What was it? I was watching this thing recently. They were showing the different video game companies, right? Nintendo is the 20s, Microsoft is like the 90s. There's like you play the video games on Microsoft, you basically got the same thing with Nintendo. It's all kiddie shit. But if you go over to Sony, you got God of War, you got Days Gone, you got The Last of Us, you got all this gritty adult type gaming. When I tell you people, when I know some of y'all listening to me and y'all tell you to go find some of them old 70s movies with Pam Grier and stuff in it, you're going to sit up there and say, why don't they put this in movies today? You see a movie today, the nigga say, all this shit is gritty. And you No, I'm just commentary. Just commentary.
I'm saying, like, you talking like...
No, every people on the internet hear me, but I'm not in a party with nobody. Nah. So yeah, you know, we're in this weird place in entertainment. Like Black Panther is a good movie. I'm not saying Black Panther is not a good movie, but I sit up here and I think to myself like, Black Panther is a good movie, but it technically is a movie without blood and gore in it. Technically. You know what I'm saying? How is it that T'Challa does all he does and there's no killing? You know, maybe to be honest with you, I say that though. You know, I kid you not when I say that. Where's all the killing? And I just sit back and I look at it like, this is really? Is all I ever say to myself, like, really? Is this it? This is as far as we go? There's no killing. There's nothing. There's nothing that's really standing out to me as a person that consumes entertainment in the video game spirit now that really sets it apart. I mean, people like, what do you mean? No, listen to me. I'm not downgrading you if you pick a certain company and you push that shit hard as fuck. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that really Microsoft is following the trend that is in the movie industry. Whereas, listen, Deadpool was a great movie. Deadpool was a great movie, right? Deadpool, great movie. And you watch Deadpool, and then you watch the other movies around Deadpool. Deadpool, dude getting shot in the ass. He blowing people's brains out. Shit was hot. It was fun. It was all that, right? Batman versus Superman. Batman killing people. I think Batman Superman was a better movie than Batman in the movie Justice League. It was garbage. They get that me. I'm like, what? As strong as these people are, they ain't killing nobody. What's going on? So, you know, that's just my point of view. I know people are going to disagree with me when I say that, but I'm just serious. I'm like, why invest in doing this with our let me say this, with our money and stuff with certain companies anymore, when they really don't really give a crap about what we do and what we want. You really have to really go sometimes, like how you say, third party movie. It's really independent, and you really get more of a, like, some of the best horror movies are independent. Like The Witch. The Witch was a great horror movie. It was gory, but it had a psychological effect, really. You know? When the last time you really seen a good horror movie, people? All honesty, I want you to honestly answer that in your mind. Now, let's go back over the video games. As I'm saying, and this is just my opinion, that's why I don't play on Microsoft. Microsoft started this BS back in the 360 era, where it seemed like slowly they concentrated. Now, I hear something that I hope ain't true. That Microsoft was the ones trying to stop Treyarch from having their blood and gore in their Call of Duty. And if that's the truth, one of the reasons why Activision probably left them, and a lot of people are leaving them, this is an adult thing now. No. It's like porn. It's adult. Now, I know some kids are going to get their hands on some of this stuff. Nobody's saying that only adults are going to get their hands on the content. To me, it's up to your mommy and daddy to police this stuff that gets in your hands, not the companies that we play the games with. That's not what that's for. Being honest when I say that, it's up to your mommy and daddy to say, can you watch this? Can you play this or not? See, this whole thing of personal responsibility kind of trips me out, because it's really not what they want. They want to, because really people don't raise their kids no more. You know, they never really did. You know, for a long time, a lot of black people, well, mommy and daddy to a lot of white kids. I'm not lying. It's the truth. Now, they got a lot of Hispanic and Asian nannies, and their kids are like soaking that in because it's a different cultural situation. I think eventually it's going to be Arabic as well. It's going to get into the nanny game and with the children and stuff, because it's just a normal progression thing that happens in a society. One group, every group has a turn at it, you know. But at the end of the day, it's completely ooh, this is a pretty good little gun here. I can't front. It's pretty normal. It might get bad once I get used to it. I don't know. I just really think that as a gaming community, it's up to us as adults to, oh shit. It's up to us as adults to police what we want to play. Now, the new Grand Theft Auto's coming out, right? Excuse me, Red Dead. And I'm thinking of buying this game for my son-in-law, who's an adult, when I go to the Philippines. I might surprise him with that. I don't know how much he's into cowboys. But, you know, chances are I might do that. When I go to the Philippines, I might buy a copy of that and give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Something, you know, him and his friends can play when they're at their little moment doing their thing, you know. So, I want to talk about I want to talk about the possibilities of the video game industry in the future. Sony has proven mature games are the way to go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. As much as I love Horizon Zero Dawn and as much stuff as Aloy does, it is very sanitary what they do with her. I mean, to be honest with you, Tomb Raider, she is a lot more, but they still don't cover a lot of subject matter, even in that game, to be honest with you. So, I'm telling you that I think this sanitized idea, Microsoft, will say this, and I know people are going to disagree with me, especially on the Microsoft side of things, is that you are in danger of losing your fan base to Sony. And again, this is what killed Nintendo in the 90s. There was Resident Evil, there was Tomb Raider, there was this, there was that, there was this, there was that. And Nintendo didn't want to put that mature stuff on their games because, again, they thought games were this kid at heart thing. Now, it has a place, but you're that side chick. You understand? That's what you are if you're going to try to pull that way of looking at the gaming industry in today's world. Just being honest. So, I think, honestly, if you really think about it, Microsoft is now in the same danger that Nintendo was in the 90s. And let me say this for a person that's not paying attention. People want mature things. This Lucky's Tale, this Voodoo Vince, this shit here, I don't know what Microsoft is thinking, and I'm not going to try to know what they're thinking because I don't have to. I don't play on that console anymore. But at the same time, I'm concerned for their fan base because eventually that fan base is going to bleed over into the PlayStation 5. And when that happens and the PlayStation 5 drops, you're not going to be able to find it. It's going to be the PS2 all over again, where it took a long time to get that console in your hands because it was constantly sold out. And that's what's going to happen. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you right now, that's what's going to happen. You're going to look at a total loss of the fan base. And that is a danger in the sense because, you know, Sony might want to, I mean, I think Sony understands that people want to play mature games. It's Lucky Tale shit. It's nothing that people on the Sony side even want to play. So, you know, as you can see, I did my thing and I played people say I can't play the game worth shit. You're going to see the score. You know, sometimes when I'm talking, I don't play that well. But back into my thing what I'm talking about when it comes to video games. We 1911 popping my mother. You know, I'm finna be off of this console for a while. When I start working, I'll be on here like over the weekend. I'm probably not gonna work the weekend. I think right if we want to the game industry, it has to be more adult oriented. It will not grow with this ideal of what certain people believe the video games are. Now, I will say this, it depends on what you like and don't like. I think you play what you want to play at the end of the day. That's just how I feel. As far as me trying to tell people what to buy and not to buy, I will never do that. Because that really ain't my place to tell you that. That's not my place. You know, it's not my place. If you choose to play what you want to play and it's not what I like to play, that's fine. 100% so. That's fine. But don't come at me telling me that I'm some kind of deviant because I like to play a certain kind of game. Sorry, I do. You know, I mean, I'm going to play the type of game I like playing. And I'm not going to play the shit that you like playing. You know why? Because it ain't everything for everybody. It just ain't. And when it comes to that, sometimes certain people don't understand. Like, look, this is hot. Not really. You know, not to me it ain't. Because I'm looking at this thing with Gears of War and true enough, Gears of War is a mature game on the Xbox platform. But if you think about it, they are slowly walking away from that etiquette. Now, when I go back to the movie thing, but one more time before I get off of here, and I'm going to say this one more time. When I say that the Xbox is starting to become like the late 90s, early 2000s movies, think about the movies that came out in that era. Outside of the Lord of the Rings were the best movies for a bunch of years in the early 2000s, late 90s. That was a lot of garbage. It's like this thing that's going on with this new TV fall season they talking about, right? I'm sitting up here looking at the fall season of television, right? I'm going to see some more Supernatural. I'm thinking they're going to go ahead and pick up Wayward Sisters. These motherfuckers talking about cop shows and doctors. Nigga, they're a dime a dozen. It's a dime a dozen. How many cop shows do we need? I'm being honest. How many? How many cop shows do we need? I'm just saying. Wow. It's like they are stuck, like on television. Being honest with you with this one, bro. I really stuck to that ideal of cop shows and nurse shows and doctor shows. I'm like, why are you constantly wanting to show this crap? I mean, look, I'm being honest. That was a little gap there, like from 2007 to 2009, and the Vampire Diaries stuff that was on TV. To me, it was some of the best stuff on TV. Vampire Diaries, Supernatural, and stuff like that. This stuff was good to me. Now, let me stress, this is good to me. But I'm saying, like, okay, my girlfriend's daughter loves Riverdale. I kind of get that appeal because she's a young girl. She's like 20. I get that. But, like, some of you people, get out of here with these cop shows, man. How many? I mean, look, that's Chicago. That was one that got canceled called Chicago Justice. I'm looking at this like, nigga, why are you trying to do it now? I'm like, how many cop shows do you need? We got this romantic comedy. We got this romantic comedy. Nobody wants to see that. I'm going to give you a shocking thing, right? Krypton. Showed us on the sci-fi. This is why certain channels like AMC, Sci-Fi Channel are really starting to explode on the scene. Because now we don't got to sit here and watch no cop shows. You constantly pushing this garbage. How many times are you going to push it? My God. But for real. You're constantly pushing it. Wow, these niggas laying down and getting in corners on this little ass map. But I guess that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Woo! So, yeah, I think, like, when it comes to the thing, like I said with video gaming, it's the same shit. They're killing me with the idea of every game needs to be the same. Just like if single player was dominating right now and there was no multiplayer, this is another stupid, idiotic thing. Diversity is a good thing. Of course, in some people's eyes, it's really not. So, but that's not here nor there. Now, before I get off of here, this is the last thing I want to say. The more you go back in old movies, like I was saying, and you look at that stuff, and you say, why are they not doing this in movies today? Listen, I see this movie with Jodie Foster called Girls Locked Up, and she was like 14 years old. When are you going to see a movie with real children in movies, and they're not some 30-year-old pretending to be 12? You don't see it anymore. And this is the same thing with the video games. There is no authenticity in it. Now, look, let me be honest with you. We're playing Call of Duty right here, right? Sure enough, it's fun, right? It's somewhat authentic, somewhat, but not really. That's the end of my commentary. Okay, I need some water.